knowing it's a big game and they're a good team, and we know we're going out there to compete, and we just approach it like every other game though. We just prepare the same way, make sure we get ready for it, and just go out there and execute.
Have you been able to see much of them yet?
Yeah, we watched a lot of film. Just being able to scout and just know what they do best, and go from there.
Well, what do they look like to you?
They pretty big. They're good in transition, and they do all the little things right. They're a great team.
Royce, he's from Canada, so he doesn't know the Kansas deal. Is it different for guys that have been around Kansas all this? I mean, you've heard about Kansas already. Is there a different feel going into this game?
I mean, yeah, I guess so. I mean, they're the past champions from the Big 12 for numerous years. Yeah, they're a pretty good team. They always have good teams, so it's a good game for us.
Glad to have it at home. I mean, and I talked to Scott. Students won't be back, but you're hoping for a big crowd anyway?
Yeah, I mean, some people are back in town getting ready, and hopefully they all come to the game and we can get outside support. But, I mean, hopefully we get a good fan base. That always helps.
Royce, what do you feel like maybe you're going to have to do a little better this game, the OU game?
I mean, focus more on defense, which is always #1 key, and then stop transition. Good transition team. We also got to crash the boards like we always do, rebound. So it'll be a good game.
You think they are going to maybe have to be a little more balanced scoring? They said 2 guys doing most of the scoring last time.
I mean, you just never know who's going to show up, have good games. It just depends. I mean, whoever's hot, we try to fight, get them the ball. I mean, it's just different games, different people step up.
Did you do anything specifically to take either one of you guys out of it, or was it more, did you feel like y'all had off nights?
I mean, as a team, we miss like easy shots that we normally practice, and then OU's a good defensive team, and they execute their made shots, and then we, TP and J. Mine had good games overall, scoring the ball. I mean, but sometimes you're just off, sometimes you're on.
Kenny, one thing Coach mentioned after the game is like finishing on layups. Is that a little tougher in the Big 12 because of the athletic guys who are coming across that lane?
Yeah, it probably is. It probably is. In the Big 12, these other teams, they scout you the right way compared to non-conference. And it's more athletic, more physical, and it's just a little harder. But that's layups is something you got to focus on finishing. It's just your eyes in the basket, and that's something we got to be able to finish.
OU showed last night for pretty good defense. Did you feel like though you struggled against them, or was it more you?
I feel like it was me. I missed layups, and shouldn't be missing layups. That's something you practice every day, and that should come naturally. They sure made shots tougher, but just spending a lot of time in the gym, I'm confident enough to know that I can knock them down. But it was just one of them nights. You're gonna have you're gonna have those nights. You're not gonna go perfect every game. So I just had to learn from it, watch film, and move on. And Kansas, the next opponent.
You've been through it before, but is it almost as much of a mental grind in the Big 12? Just picking yourself up, not getting down, and just every night, kind of keeping it mentally tough.
Definitely. Like I said, you're not gonna have every game's not gonna be perfect, and it's just the way you bounce back, the way you respond, and the way you prepare yourself for the next game. If you put yourself down, you're gonna have another bad game, and you just gotta go ahead and ask coach, what can I do better? What can I watch to get myself prepared for next game, and to move on. You gotta move on.
You mentioned that you have to worry about just what's up ahead of you, the next game. Sometimes when I hear players say that, it's hard for like a fan or someone to think that way because you're looking at clumps of games or what. Is it hard to just focus on the next game, or do you guys sometimes sneak a peek down the road and look at what else is happening?
Like, what do you mean? Like, what else is happening?
You're talking about your next game. That's the way you're supposed to be. But
yeah.
You don't look at clumps of games or a stretch of games. How hard is it not to look ahead is what I'm asking.
I mean, it's pretty hard. It's pretty hard at the same time. But, as a player, and mostly it's coming from us two, as a leader of this team and being the seniors, you got to show it to the younger guys. You got to move on to the next one. It's up to the next one. OU was a bad one. So we have to show them that we're gonna prepare for the next game. We can't have our heads down being the seniors and have them think, oh, they have their heads down. So that's how they're gonna prepare the next one. So we just gotta make sure we move on and just prepare the guys for the next one. That's how I see it.
Kenny Mott had a couple of scoreless games. What did you guys maybe do to help get him to turn it like he has this last stretch?
Just talking to him, keeping his head positive. Actually, Ma's my roommate, and we have a lot of late night talks, and just keeping him going, just making sure his head is on his shoulders, and just make sure he moves on. Like you said, he had a couple of scoreless games, and I just made sure he was prepared for the next one. You got to move on, prepare for the next one. I watch film with him, do whatever it takes, and Royce as well. Royce watch films with him, tell him you need to rebound, you need to do this, and this will help you going.
Is that moving on after the good games too, not getting caught up in, he just had 24 points or whatever, not getting caught up in that, but just going on in the next game?
Definitely. It helped him pretty well. He's been playing really big for us, being really physical, rebounding, scoring, and just doing the big plays for us.
Royce, you talked about Kansas has won 10 straight conference titles, and they're the favorite to win it again this year. And I was watching some video on ESPN this morning about how surprising Baylor is taking that Kansas. Like, what would a win like this do for you guys internally in terms of maybe confidence, but more so maybe perception of people not thinking you're really a surprise, but you're a force?
I mean, it'd be a big win for us, especially one at home, early in conference. You just got to build the confidence up, and then you got to get the early wins. Every game is a tough challenge, so every win is going to be a great win, especially in the Big 12.